I'm Joe Halco, Director of Community Relations for Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, and welcome to another episode of NCSS Here for You. Since 1958, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services has been providing access to high-quality services which promote healthy living and emotional well-being to the residents of Franklin and Grand Isle counties. Over the years, as the needs of the community have changed, so too have the programs and services that we make available to assist children, adolescents, adults, families, and seniors. We take our role in the community seriously and strive to provide a continuum of the highest quality services to meet the needs of individuals who at any point seek assistance. This month's episode is titled NCSS's Academy of Learning. March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, a time to create awareness about developmental and intellectual disabilities, teach the importance of the inclusion within every aspect of life, and to share the stories of individuals with a disability to show that a successful life is possible. The NCSS Academy of Learning provides independent living skills, enhances artistic expression, expands appreciation for a holistic approach to health and wellness, and acquiring new academic talents. To discuss the impact that the Academy of Learning and its Pathways program has on individuals that they serve, I'm very pleased to introduce this month's guests, and they are Claire Thompson, Pathways Team Leader at the Academy of Learning, and Alyssa Sartell, Lead Facilitator at the Academy of Learning. I'd like to welcome both of you to the show this month.
Thanks, Joe.
So let's start with, as part of NCSS's Developmental Services Division, what is the Academy of Learning and what is its mission?
So the Academy is an independent living program for adults with intellectual challenges, and our focus is independent living and community inclusion. So we have programs on 3 days a week that provide this academic curriculum for individuals.
And speaking of 3 days a week, let's review how each one of these days at the Academy of Learning provides a different focus for those that are participating.
Yeah, so currently we're running classes on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays each week.
Mm-hmm.
Monday is themed around independent living skills, so our classes are focused on things like cooking and budgeting and banking, hygiene, shopping, vocational training, all of the independent living skills that anyone might need. We also run a peer-led American Sign Language class on Monday, and that is just to promote communication within our groups. Wednesday is our health and wellness theme day, so we're focused around physical and mental health issue awareness. We're also cooking. We are doing a physical fitness hour each day at the Academy, but we're really focused on it on Wednesdays. We also have a number of community members coming in to do presentations on that day. And then Thursday is our Community Connections Day. So that day we're focused on volunteering and making products or food to donate to local nonprofits, really accessing the community on that day.
So, Alyssa, you mentioned Wednesdays that you have presentations from community members. Who are some of the presenters and what types of topics have they covered over the years?
We most recently just had our local emergency services come in. So we've had the police department, the fire department, AmCare, all come in and do presentations about what they do and how to be safe in our community and at home. You wanna?
Yeah, we also have had like a dental hygienist come in. We have had an X-ray tech come in. We've had Linda Ulrich from Fiddlehead come in and talk about her new program, Ever Widening Circles. And I have to say that the community members have just been amazing to come in and work with us and collaborate with our program. It's been so successful, and it's something that the individuals that we serve have benefited from greatly. And it's just been fantastic with the collaboration within our community.
And how long a period of time has it been that we've had these presenters who have come in? Has this been quite a while, or?
Yeah, it's been quite a while, but most recently we've really put a focus on it because our Thursdays used to be more of like an academic day.
Yeah.
And we decided that we should change that theme and make it more of a community day. So it's called Community Connections for that reason. And we have really put forth an effort to have our individuals be active participants in our community. And so it's really been great and very successful. Additionally, we also currently are working with the St. Albans Library, and they have put together a 4-week program for us. And it's been actually on a theme on decades. So individuals go, and it's been 4 weeks, and they've focused on what's been going on in a certain decade. I think they started with the 30s, and then they moved on to the 40s and 50s, and what in our community was going on at that time. So that's been really successful. We've had one group that's gone for 4 weeks, and then we're going to have another group go for 4 weeks. And moving forward, I think we're going to continue to work with them on different programs that they're going to help us to put forth for our individuals. So it's been fantastic.
That's terrific. So another aspect that you sort of touched on is that over the years, participants have volunteered in a wide range of community projects. Could you share some of the different programs and projects that they've been involved in around the community over the years?
Yeah.
Again, stressing volunteerism in community has been great, and we've done quite a bit, a lot of different community projects.
Yeah, we've been really focused on trying to show the individuals that we serve that accessing your community, big or small, is a big deal. So we've done big projects with the town of St. Albans, specifically at the Bay, lots of painting. They redid a bunch of the garden beds last fall and spring. We built and stained some flower boxes, which will be going up this spring at the entrance levels there at the park. Also, on the smaller side, we had a pretty small group going maybe 5 or 6 times to different farms and doing gleaning with
Healthy Roots.
Healthy
with
Roots,
Healthy
thank
Roots.
you.
Yeah.
And they sent us a thank you and told us that we picked over 1,000 pounds of produce that had been left over, and all that produce got donated to local nonprofit organizations.
Food
The
shelf or Martha's
Yes, and-
Kitchen.
Yes.
And I have to say, when we relayed that information to the class, they were like, I mean, it was literally a small group of 3 or 4 people that went
Yeah.
6
Wow.
different times, and they were just amazed at the impact that we had
Sure.
for like 1,000 pounds of produce going to individuals that needed help with food assistance.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We're also donating 1 meal every month to Tim's House, Martha's Kitchen, and the volunteers who work for Habitat for Humanity, as well as some baked goods as a thank you to the service of the local fire department, police station, AmCare. We've been donating to them as well.
And also, yeah, at Christmas time, we donated baked goods to like the rehab centers and care partners, just as a thank you for, providing our community with the services that they do.
And I'm sure all of those organizations really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a nice little boost at Christmas time too.
Partnership, for sure. And then another big favorite around the Academy is our work with Project Linus. So we're making fleece blankets for the kids at Vermont Children's Hospital. So they all get donated there. We've made, dozens and dozens of blankets.
I would say that we've made well over 100
Yeah.
blankets
Wow.
with our program, yeah.
And
And in a short amount of time. And actually, the contact coordinator for Chittenden County sends us a thank you, and we read it to the class, and just the impact that they know that they're having on children at the Children's Hospital is really great to see their self-confidence and awareness.
really
and
rewarding for-
very rewarding. Yeah.
Everyone, yeah.
Well, everything that you do there, I mean, is something that really helps with self-esteem. And when you're talking about like the independent living skills and all that sort of thing, I know that people don't understand that individuals with developmental and or intellectual disabilities, they all are going to function at a different level. And for them, each individual, independence means something different. And it
Yes.
isn't all just cookie cutter. So I can imagine that with a lot of these projects that you're involved with and other things in the community and that some people would, it would really touch them to know how much of an impact they can have on other people's lives.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think the definition of success for individuals is different. It can be a large picture, or it can be a very small skill that someone's picked up, which is not small, which is also, no matter how big or small, it's success.
Sure, sure. So let's move on to, some of the community outings that the Academy participants have experienced over the years that you've had.
Community is a big,
Yeah, there's a lot.
that's a big thing for us because it's very important to get out in the community. We do a lot of things. We go a lot of places. With
Mini golfing,
the Echo Center, we're always out. The summertime, we're always out in the community. In the wintertime, it's a little more difficult.
Sure.
But yet we bring people into the academy to do different activities.
Yeah.
We've had someone come and teach square dancing. Studio 3 has come in and also taught dance. We've been to the Echo Center, the Wildlife, Missisquoi, Wildlife Refuge, rail trails.
Collins Pearly Sports Center.
A
Sports
lot,
complex.
yeah. Where else have we been? The
Spare
Bay
time.
Park, grocery stores, and all retail stores. We're just very active in getting everybody out in the community.
And I'm sure, once again, that is something that they truly appreciate, to be
Yes.
kind of immersed and involved,
Right.
As anyone else would be.
Yeah,
in the
any
community.
stores, daily shopping skills, grocery skills, retail.
Transportation is always a challenge in our community, and coming to AOL and having access to things that they may not have access to on a day-to-day basis, especially the things in Chittenden County, like Spare Time and Shelburne Museum
Sure.
and all those places. It definitely means a lot to all of us to be able to do that. So.
And you do bring up a good point, Alyssa, about transportation and the rural nature of this community.
Yep.
And the difficulties for many individuals to be able to have that access.
Right.
Right, because we have individuals that come from every town in Franklin County. So it is difficult when people don't have access to community transportation, public transportation.
Yeah. So tell us in what ways the relationship between the Academy of Learning and the high schools has changed in the recent past.
So we've worked really hard at establishing relationships with the local high schools. We have gone out and visited all the schools and talked about our program, so they're aware of what the Academy of Learning has to offer. And we have actually many high school students that attend as part of their transition from children's services to adult services, which is very helpful because it is a difficult transition for people from children's to adult, just because they different services. So we have students that attend sometimes maybe 3 days a week, 2 days a week, depending on what their needs are. And it helps them with that transition, but as well as get academic credits as part of their high school program.
Yep.
So we have MVU students, BFA students, Enosburg,
yep.
Richford, Essex, and Fairfax as well. We've had students. So it's been great working with the high schools. I think since we restructured and revised our program, it's been nice to have the availability of being able to have high school students come and working with the high schools. And it's just been a great relationship that we've really focused on to.
Yeah, and we also find that most, if not all, of the folks who attend the academy during high school come back and attend when they start receiving their adult services as well, which is really nice. It's obviously meaningful for them.
Yeah. We've worked with the
then-
high schools in another capacity as well. We did have an individual come and paint a mural as part of her academic program for the summer, a couple summers ago. We also work with the Human Services program at BFA, and we have individuals come a couple times a year for a period of time so that they can learn about the human services, and it may be something that they're interested in as pursuing in a career. So that's been nice too.
The work placement with their human
Yep.
services program at PFA. So
You know, you mentioned one thing I think is very important, and that is this thing about transitioning from children's services to adult. And that has to be, again, each person is different as to how they view that and, you know, how uncertain they may feel about that. But how do you feel about the impact that you make on people's lives when they have to go through that transition? Because all of a sudden it means they're going to be dealing with some other individuals who they're not as familiar with. Perhaps they have had long-lasting relationships with
Right.
other individuals for many years. And I know, again, everybody's different, but do you find that the Academy is a place that really is able to help and shape this transition in a much more calming and normalizing way for
Yeah, I
individuals?
Yeah,
think-
absolutely.
immediately, the Academy provides individuals with peers. We have folks of all ages, 17 to 70s, 80s. So there's someone for everyone in our programming, and I think it's really nice to see those 17, 18-year-olds come in, and maybe they're a little anxious, maybe they're a little unsure, and they make meaningful connections with peers in a way that they may not have without the Academy.
Yeah, like you said, it is a hard transition because you, as children, you know your son or daughter is in school every day.
Yes.
And you know where they are from 7 to 3. So, and they're moving on from a group of friends that they may or may not see after school. So by having students come as their transition, they already know people. They have established relationships.
Yep.
And it really helps with the transition. I also meet with Children's Services once a month, and so that we can be aware of students that may be coming into our program, whether it's a year from now or 2 years. But we just want to keep, you know, informed and know that who may be coming to the Academy and what we can do for them. So it's been really, really great to work with the high schools, and I think that we've had more students come into the Academy from high schools
Yeah.
and have really benefited from it.
That's terrific, because once again, you know, what I hear a lot is this anywhere is individuals when they start to go to adult services and that it's almost like taking a pair of scissors and cutting off everything that has happened
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And now they move, and of course, a lot of them don't understand that.
And-
You know, it's kind of like, did they do something wrong that has caused this? And of course, the answer is no.
Right.
It's a systemic thing with the system,
Yeah.
but
We work really hard with the case manager as with children and youth to when we're transitioning to a new case manager. So we kind of help to build that bridge so that everybody knows everybody and you know who's going to be helping you in the
Yeah.
next phase of your
Yeah.
life.
And I think it's also challenging going from Monday through Friday, 7 to 3. That's a good routine to having, you know, when you're an adult, you kind of have that freedom and that
Sure.
open schedule. And
Yeah.
even if, I think we see it even in folks who attend the Academy once a week. It's a thing, it's a part of their routine. They know what to expect. They come in, they know who they're going to see that day, and
Yeah, and
that they might
speaking-
still be learning new things.
And speaking with parents too, it's scary for parents. You know,
Yeah.
they don't. I think what feedback that I've gotten from parents is the scariest thing is they lose that socialization and that the peer relationships. So it's like starting over as you come into adult services. So we really focus on building those relationships, and so that it's not as scary as it may
Yes.
seem.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And Alyssa, you had mentioned something that I'd like to just follow up on, and that is the fact that you have classes on, or maybe it's not classes, but there's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Right.
But it does not necessarily mean that each and every individual is there all 3 days.
Nope.
they have the opportunity, right, to pick and choose
Yes.
what works for
Yep.
them and what they're looking for.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have folks who come once a week. We have folks who come 2 or 3 times a week.
Some
We have some
come-
people who come for half a day just because they want the morning part of it, but maybe they work in the afternoon, or they, are like, I don't want the afternoon class.
We really try to individualize the
Yeah.
program to, it's a challenge at times.
Yeah.
Sure.
But we certainly, we have the overall program, but then we also really focus on meeting individual needs as well.
Right.
So that's really important. Like if someone can't be there on this day or they have to leave at noon because they have to go to work,
Yep.
it's totally fine. We really try to be person-centered is one of the goals of our program.
For sure.
And that is another point that we're talking about, which is employment and the fact that a lot of individuals are working, whether it's on a part-time basis or whatever the case may be, which is terrific to have this employment program where individuals are actually earning money and, handling money and,
Yeah.
actually paying taxes. So I think that's something that gets lost a lot of times as well.
Yeah, and we've worked closely with our employment team as well. They're also in the building at the academy.
Yes.
And they have come and talked to the class about, their process, what it looks like to obtain a job. And also referring back to their volunteerism, you're gaining the same skills by volunteering as you would as in a job. So it's a lot of times a step towards employment. And we also have, we've taught vocational classes where job interviews, applications, all the skills that you need to obtain a job. So we've also incorporated that into our program as well.
Yep. We're volunteering right now on Thursdays with CVOEO's Food Shelf.
Oh, uh-huh.
So folks are getting that almost grocery store experience
Sure.
of,
Yeah.
stocking
Yeah.
shelves and pulling things that are bad and putting things away and cleaning up and getting there on time and being respectful to your supervisors and all of those physical and soft skills that you need in a job.
Yeah.
So, we're
Yeah,
definitely promoting that.
That is terrific. So I understand that you recently underwent a Bend the Curve activity at the Academy of Learning. Can you explain what you discovered from that will help you as an entity going forward?
Yeah, so the activity was in regards to a survey that NCSS put out for the people that we serve. And so we got the results from the survey, and we wanted to answer some questions as to what our team did well by the results of the survey. And we felt as a team at the Academy that we really are person-centered, and our program really addresses that with the classes that we have. And we're very creative at the same time, and that's our culture, is to be creative and meet our individual needs, while also focusing on the NCSS values that we have. So we provide a safe learning environment. We are compassionate and teach with compassion and integrity, and we are very responsive to our clients, our individuals' needs. And by whatever their needs are, their goals are, we really fit that into our program in any way that we can, at any moment, whether it's in a certain class or whether it's at lunchtime or in the community, working on social skills, community safety, many different aspects. So we've really worked very hard at that, and we were really, when we got the opportunity to look at the results, it was pretty amazing to.
Yeah, the item that we focused on was that I receive services that are right for me.
Yes.
So the individuals who took the survey, that was the item from the survey that we really focused on.
And how we provided that, and it was great to see, by looking at the results of what individuals felt, and we work hard at that. And one of our themes as a team at the Academy is continuous improvement.
Right.
So we are always looking at ways where we can improve our program in order to, because ever-changing needs, everybody's different, we're new people coming in,
Yeah.
goals change, so we're always looking at, like, how can we make our program better? And how can we meet the needs of our individuals more efficiently or differently, or, whatever the case may be. So that's one of our themes as a team, is continuous improvement.
We added cooking to all 3 days because it's definitely one of our most popular activities at the academy.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't seem to matter how old they are or where they're coming from. Everyone's like, I want to be better at cooking. So we added it to all 3 days in some capacity, and that's been
Yeah.
really beneficial, I think, across the board. People are really enjoying it.
And we've restructured the use of our building as well.
Yep.
Just in order to meet needs. We have sensory room that individuals have access to. We have a yoga room as well. We have a computer lab.
Yeah.
We have 2 big classrooms. Our attendance has increased. We actually have a waiting list on Mondays.
On Mondays, our most popular day.
Yeah, we have 30 individuals
Yeah.
on Mondays.
Yeah. And a
On
few more on
Wednesdays,
the
we're
wait.
increasing numbers. We have probably 25.
25, I think. Yep.
And then Thursdays has also increased since we've made it a community connections day.
Yep.
So those numbers are going up from,
21 now.
yeah, up to 21. So
A lot of people in our building.
yeah, we're always welcoming people to come in and see the building.
We give tours a
Community
lot.
members, teachers, special educators.
Yeah, no, that's,
Anybody that thinks they may want to attend the academy can come and attend a day or 2, or whichever day they think they're interested in, or all 3 days. So we welcome visitors. Anybody's always welcome to come. They can just contact us, and if they're interested in our program, or community members that want to work with us as well, can contact us. And
For sure.
we're always looking for new projects, new ideas.
and what number do they contact you at?
They can just call us at the Academy of Learning. Gosh, I can't remember it
put
off
me
the
on the
top of my head, Joe.
That's okay, we'll get that covered. Well, you are doing,
You can reach us through NCSS.
yes,
Yeah.
fantastic work down there. And certainly this was a great topic to be talking about during Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. And I want to thank both of you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having
So I
us.
do want to thank my guests, Claire Thompson and Alyssa Sartell, for sharing their insights on the positive impact that the Academy of Learning Pathways program has on individuals that we serve. This has certainly been a fitting discussion during Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. I also want to thank you, the viewer, for spending time with us again this month. You can learn more about all of our NCSS programs and services by visiting ncssinc.org. I'm Joe Halco, and I'll be back next month with another episode of NCSS Here for You.